People, happy Sunday. Who's gonna join us? Let's talk about lifting the veil today. Lifting the veil of the illusion. Obviously a important time of the year, the thinning of the veil. The energies, the denser energies lighten up, so it's easier for us to access. Hey, how's it going? Tina? OHM Vapor, Lockworm, Robin, Knee Deep Woods, Esther, Lopez, how's it going? Much love, much love. Miriam, Western, Lucid Authority, Pina, Smith Mary, Maria, how's it going everyone? Much love. Just gonna wait for some people to join in. So if anybody's interested in some tips, and some information, knowledge, wisdom to help you transcend this illusion. This is what this live is going to be about. Morning Star, how's it going? Alright, that was just listening to some music. That was Trouble Trap by Peace Sine. We'll leave some music on in the background. So let's talk a little bit about lifting the veil, transcending the illusion, and channeling. Akashic records. We'll dive into that as well. I'm just going with the flow. So whatever comes to me, as usual. The divine flow is all there is really. So you can always connect with it. You can always flow with it. It will guide you. There's only one universal divine flow to everything, and all that is and all that ever will be, all that ever was, and we're all a part of that. So, you know, we have to get beyond the noise. Firstly, this is step one, is turn off the noise. Okay? What we mean by turn off the noise, all is mind. Okay, all is mind. So from Hermetic principle perspectives, principle one, mentalism. Okay, if you don't know the Hermetic principles, I've spoke about them quite a lot on my page before, but there's 7 key principles, and this book, The Kabbalion, speaks about them in detail. But principle 1 is mentalism, 2 is correspondence, 3 is vibration, 4 is polarity, 5 is rhythm, 6 is cause and effect, 7 is gender. This is just one level of consciousness which we can dive into. So I'll talk about when we understand the mind and everything is mental, then you can understand consciousness. So you got to take things step by step. Keep it really simple though. You know, this is not rocket science. It is actually all very simple when it's laid down nicely in an easy to understand manner. Because let's face it, there's a lot of overcomplication out there. So I like to keep it simple, stupid, right? No need to make anything complicated. It can be broken down into layman's terms, so anyone can understand it. Because at the end of the day, what's the point if the divine didn't make it possible to understand? Of course, the divine is divine, man. It's not going to make it overly complicated. It's the human dysfunctional brain that makes it overly complicated, and everyone turns it into a massively complex mathematical calculation and a scientific perspective. And really, you just need to cut out all the fucking noise. Keep it really simple. Because if it ain't simple, you're not going to get it. How's it going, self-care? How's it going, Gigi? Much love. Rampage of love, how's it going? So, you know, the whole point is that people get it. If you don't get it, what's the point? Like, if it's too hard to get, the divine is beyond that, right? The ultimate divine consciousness behind everything and all that is and all that ever will be and all that ever was is way smarter than anyone could ever comprehend. And it's actually all laid out very nicely within the illusion. But you've got to see through the bullshit to find the truth in the illusion. So within the illusion, the truth is laced through the tapestry. Everywhere. When you start tapping into it, you'll see it everywhere. You'll see it on the TV, you'll see it, you'll hear it in a song, you'll look into the skies and you'll see apparitions. You'll see it everywhere. I mean, the divine is literally everywhere. Everyone's just a little too asleep. Too low vibrational to actually see it. The miracles are happening all day, every second of the day, every millisecond of the day. It's all there. I mean, you just got to open your eyes and you'll see it. It's just there every day. So the distractions will take you away from that. The mind, if all is mind, the mind is what we need to take control of, right? The mind gets distracted. So the distractions within the illusion take you away from the truth. Now the trick to gaining enlightenment in this illusion and within this world is to determine within the illusion what is true by cutting out the bullshit. So your bullshit radar needs to be on a high level, right? Look at people, look into their eyes. Can you see their soul? Are they lying? Are they bullshitting you, right? Feel it. Feel the energy. Everything is energy. Energy doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie, man. Energy doesn't lie. So, I've just personal stuff here. It's my son's birthday yesterday, 29th of October. So we had a lovely day yesterday. I'm actually going to be on a vacation this week, but I wanted to do a live before I went away. Give something to the collective to ponder on and help enlighten some of the masses. That's what I do. That's my purpose. That's my passion. Everyone has a gift and something to express in this reality. So within the illusion, you're going to have to find what you need to express within it to live it with a full amount of joy. Full amount of joy. Thank you very much for the comments, everyone. Hey, hip hop. Hip good. Spirit Wonders. How's it going? Bella. Much love. Om Vapor. OHM Vapor. Cheers, man. Thank you for joining in. So, well, we're going to be reaching an important period. So, my son's birthday, 29th of October. 31st of October, obviously, people know it as Halloween. Halloween. Okay? It's Hallow, man. It's Hallow. It's a thinning of the veil. Samhain. Right, so basically all it is at this time of the year, the energies between the lower vibrational worlds and the higher vibrational worlds, you could call it heaven and hell, between heaven and hell, the energies that are in between, that are usually very, very dense, make it harder for people to connect with the higher realms and the heavenly mind, is thinner. So the energies get thinner each time around this time of the year, and then they expand, and then each time they get thinner again. So it makes it easier for those that may be newer to the path or not been doing so much work, because obviously it's all year out. otherwise once you've been doing the work. But it's a great time for people that don't typically do the work to start doing the work, so they can connect with them higher selves, their higher self, the divine source, God consciousness, which I'll talk about. There's many levels of consciousness, and I'll explain some of the consciousness levels that I tap into, like Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness, Guru consciousness. There's different levels of consciousness. So I'll tap into all of these throughout the day, throughout the year, and every level of consciousness, these divine levels of consciousness, have certain characteristics, certain traits. So that's how you know what they are. But really, everyone can label any level of consciousness any way they like, because it's all just language. So when it comes down to language, like names and what you call it, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what you call what I labeled as Christ consciousness or Shiva consciousness or Guru consciousness or Buddha consciousness. It doesn't matter what you call it. I have these labels for specific reasons which make sense in my mind. So all is mind. So how you understand the world is going to be totally unique to you. The labels you use, the language you use. I mean, some of us, we're from all around the world. Some of us don't even have the same first language, right? English is my first language, okay? But I speak Punjabi, understand Hindi, understand Spanish. So I understand different languages, right? But the divine source itself has its own language, which is not of a limited level like English, Spanish. Those are man-made languages. Okay, there's a language of consciousness, which we then try to break down into English, Spanish, Punjabi, Hindi, to try to explain it to people. And then soon as we start to do that, it's already of a limited nature. As soon as I start to explain anything that I'm going to explain even right now, it's of a limited nature. Because the fact I'm using words, the fact that I'm using language. Language itself is a limitation. So you got to understand, your mind understands language. So everything is mentalism. Everything's broken down into a language, a mental language. So it's not just English, Spanish, Punjabi, Indian, whatever, right? It's not just that. There's a mental language, right? There's mental programs. Like your unconscious mind is not figuring out in English how to give you a heartbeat. It's not figuring out in English how to keep the blood pumping through your veins. It's not figuring out in English how to keep you breathing whilst you're asleep at night. That's a divine language. You don't even have to break that down into words. It's just happening. That's the divine nature. That's the natural flow of the Tao. The Tao, the natural way of the universe. The unfolding nature of the universe is unfolding. We don't make a business plan to come here. We don't make a business plan to leave. We're just here, and everything is happening magically. There's a magnificent dance taking place, but most people aren't seeing it. And that dance is between the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, the positive and the negative, the polarities. Just having a dance. That's all it is. This is a world of duality. It's a dance. And everyone's taking it way too fucking seriously. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Right? Everything else will take you away. You make it complex, you're going to spend your whole fucking life trying to figure it out. And you're going to waste your whole fucking life. Make it simple. Keep it simple. Right? So, I broke down a few things. Just to... You got your conscious mind, you got your unconscious mind, right? Now, when you delve into... Your conscious mind will have noise, but your unconscious mind will also have a lot of noise. Okay, especially from past experiences, past events, beliefs, limiting beliefs, especially doubts, fears, right? There's going to be a lot of noise. So what we got to do is declutter the noise, okay? Because we want to get to a point where we got clarity, truth, and then we get access to what I call the Akashic records. But you don't just go there. You got to go through this process. of clearing out your conscious and subconscious of all the noise, all the bullshit. Forget about what you think you know. Forget about what other people think they know. Forget about what other people think. Forget about all your doubts. Forget about all your fears. All those limiting, those are worldly thoughts. You want a heavenly mind, you want to bring heaven to earth, you've got to create a heavenly mind. And you don't have a heavenly mind by thinking in worldly terms. All limited nature. All of a limited nature. Soon as you're thinking in terms of the ways of a human being thinking, you're already thinking in terms of a limited nature. You got to transcend that bullshit way of thinking. Brain consciousness. Your brain is a filter for consciousness. It limits your whole way of being able to see reality. That's why the human eyes can only see, at least with a low vibrational state of mind and a low vibrational state of being, you can only perceive less than 1% of the visible light spectrum. 1%. So there's way more going on. So this thinning of the veil, just you tap into that. Because the energies, everything is energy. All is energy. All is just energy forever fluctuating. It never stops. It doesn't even stop when you die. It carries on. Okay, the energies are going to continuously fluctuate forever. Okay, that's infinity, right? You can't comprehend infinity with a finite mind. So this is why all limitations have got to go. All your limitations. All your old ways of thinking. Old ways of being. What you believed was true. All of that's got to go. It all begins by letting go. Once you let go completely, you surrender yourself, what you thought you were, what you began to believe you were, what people made you believe you are. Once you surrender everything, what's left? When you get beyond all your doubts, your fears, your limitations, what's left? When you get beyond the limitations of language, the limitations of trying to understand, when you get beyond those limitations of a dysfunctional brain, of a dysfunctional mind, what's left? What's left is pure consciousness. You'll get to a point where pure consciousness is all that remains. And only from that point can you dive into the Akashic records. And the Akashic records are just energy frequencies which create information. But there's a record of everything, all that is, all that ever will be, and all that ever was. Now everyone can have access to that information. Everybody has access to that information. You just got to get beyond your limited ways of thinking. Your limited mind. Everything, your limited mind is the one that creates all the doubts, the fears, the limitations. You got to get beyond that. Okay, so the best way for me to do that is break the illusion. Break the illusion. Every thought you have is illusion. Everything you can imagine is a part of the illusion. Everything. Every little thing that shows up in your mind is a part of the illusion. Not just what you see out here, even when you close your eyes, all illusion. People get caught up in that world. And they're lost even more. All is mind. Mentalism. Like people try to understand like the 7 principles of Hermetic principles, like master number 1 first. Because if you don't get mentalism, you don't get all is mind, you're not going to get the rest. So keep it simple, stupid. Like you need to master mentalism. You need to master mind. All is mind. Right? When we're saying mind, we're not talking about the brain. We're talking about the eternal mind. The eternal mind. That's immortal. Your soul. So your eternal mind is the one that's having this dream, your eternal mind. It's had many dreams before, which we would call lives. But from the mind perspective, it's just a dream. Just like when you have a dream at night time. From a mind perspective, it's just another dream. It's just a dream we keep waking up into every day until we die. So it's just a longer dream, but it's not really that long. You know, some people, it's very short. My brother was only 43 years. It's nothing. My dad, it was only 32 years. I'm 44 now. I don't know how long this dream is going to last. But it's going to be over one day. And I know I've got to enjoy it and not take it too seriously. And just be full of joy. Because this is a dream. Like people are, you don't get that this is a dream. You're not going to get the rest of it. So to break the illusion, you need to get all is mind. And all is mind having a dream. That is step one. Like the bare basic minimums to get beyond this illusionary aspect. Because everyone's had a dream at night time. You've all had a dream. I've had a dream at night time and I've woken up from it. It's over. This is just the same. It's just the same. So we've got to be like dream masters, the dreamers of the dream. All is mind, man. Everyone's going to have their own way of explaining it. Everyone's going to have their own way of explaining it all. But to break the illusion, you need to do it in a way that you can easily get. Easily. You can't make this difficult. You'll spend your whole life telling yourself bullshit. You'll waste it. You'll waste your opportunity to live this as the dream of the dream. So, that's what my book is about. Live the dream. Guide to Enlightenment and Freedom from the Matrix. It's all about the dream consciousness. So, there's many aspects to the dream itself, to the dream world, but it is just a dream. So when you look around in this world, do know each and every second, each and every moment that you're in it, you're in a dream. Your soul is having this dream. Your eternal mind is having this dream. And you've been having it since you came online, that day you came out of your mother's womb. That's the day you became online in this dream world. And you're going to go offline in this dream world, but it's just a dream. This is an avatar in this dream. I'm just the dreamer of this. The dreamer of this person, the dreamer of what this person is experiencing. The dreamer. The dreamer of the dream. Just like you are the dreamer of your dream. So, God, the divine consciousness, is having a dream. And experiencing it through billions of people and things and plants, animals, me, you, everyone. The divine. It's the same one divine consciousness. Same one divine consciousness. And here's me seeing it from my perspective, and there's you seeing it from your perspective. Thinking it's you. Because you become your limited self. You start to identify with personality. You start to think, oh, this is me. Like me, when I get caught up with the illusion, I become me. I become a person. I become Cam. I become Kambo. I'm this physical person. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a friend. I'm a son. All these just labels. That's then when you become limited. Because we start to get caught up with the illusion. Within the illusion, I'm all these things. Within the illusion, I am Kambo. I'm the mind of matter. Within the illusion, I'm this character. In my book, we're characters. We're just playing characters. This is a stage. This is a stage. And the gods watch upon us. We are also those gods. We're watching down on ourselves. As above, so below. As below, so above. It's all a mirror. How you see it out there is how you're going to feel inside. How you feel inside is how you're going to see it out there. How we are expressing it down there is how they're going to feel up there. How they're feeling up there is how we're going to feel it down here. So, you know, there's different levels of consciousness. There's a divine consciousness. That's the all. The all. The all in Hermetic principles. Again, the Kabbalion refer to it as the all. The all is mind. So there's the all, the divine. Okay? In Sikhism, we call it Waheguru. Waheguru. The divine consciousness. The divine consciousness. The source of life and enlightenment. Call it what you like. As I said, that's just labels. It doesn't matter what you call it. So once you break the illusion, you're pure. You've got rid of all those limitations. You're just pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is when your consciousness has transcended everything within the dream. You and everything else within it. Understanding, wait a minute, it's just a dream. And every day I'm going to wake up, I'm going to experience this dream again. And everyone else is going to wake up and experience their dream from their perspective. But it's the same one divine consciousness which has taken on souls and personalities to experience the dream in many different ways. It's just a giant playground for God to experience as many different perspectives as a level of consciousness as possible. That's what it's all about, for understanding. Because what are we looking for? Understanding. Why is everyone trying to figure it out? Well, the divine intelligence is doing the same thing. It's just understanding. How does it understand? Well, it understands for each and every single one of us and everything else. So it manifests itself into the illusion as this giant playground, this giant dream world, purely for the pleasure of experience. Now we can assist that by giving it joy, by expressing love, because that's what it wants. As co-creators, as mini-me's, there's God and then there's the demigods. Right? So within the illusion, you got to understand your true power. Like, you got to connect with that true power every single day. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Because you can get lost when you're in the illusion. You'll forget who you are, and your doubts, your limitations will bring you back to a lower vibrational self and a lower vibrational state. And there you are, Dorothy, lost, like in the film Wizard of Oz, forgetting that you was asleep the whole time and this was just a dream. You're going to wake up one day laughing. Everyone wakes up from the dream laughing, because they laugh at how seriously they took it all. From a soul perspective, the petty problems within this world, a little piece of dust. Nothing in the greater scale of things. The bigger picture is way beyond a human being could really ever really understand. The bigger picture is way, way beyond. You know, because we try to understand with explanations and understandings, and everything needs to make sense from a logical perspective. But really, you need to get beyond all your limitations. There is no limits. There is no limits. There's no limits to you at all. You place those limits. I place my limits on me. So, you know, we got to remember who the fuck we are all the time. It's the dreamers of the dream. When you get caught up with the petty problems, they might seem big to you, but really from a higher level, from a soul perspective, no problem is too big. Not even problems, they're just challenges. They were designed for your soul to grow. You don't grow without the problems. You don't grow without the struggles, without the tests. It's a game. It's the game of life. You've got to play it like a game. Taking it all too seriously, you lose your power. So play it like a game. Enjoy it. Enjoy the challenges. Enjoy the problems. Become a bigger problem for the problems. This is your game. This is your dream. You've got full control over how you play it. Like no one else has got control. Like, I've got full control how I'm playing this game. I've got full control. No one else. I'm the dreamer of the dream from this perspective. This is just an avatar. I can make myself into whoever I want. I'll continue to create this motherfucker. You know, and everyone should do the same. But you gotta get your mind away from getting caught up with the bullshit. People are gonna try to take you away from your higher self. They're gonna make you forget you're the dreamer of the dream. Right? There's levels of consciousness beyond this plane. Okay? But it's just consciousness. Consciousness is information in the eternal mind of God. So the Akashic records, the Akashic records, it's just pure information. And once you're there, as I said, you got to get out of your limited conscious. You got to take your conscious thinking through the depths of the unconscious first. As I said at the beginning of this live, you need to cut out all the noise. Cut out all the noise. All your doubts, your fears, your limitations, all the bullshit people talk about. You've got so much bullshit on social media. Be careful. Because people are filling your mind up with nonsense, which is just taking you away from the fact you're the dreamer of the dream. They put all sorts of twists and stories on it and make it way more complex than it needs to be. But all it does is delay your awakening process. And most importantly, delays you living your life to the fullest whilst you're here. It's all nonsense. It'll take you away from yourself and your true self, your higher self. It's not complex. None of this is. It's all very simple. Consciousness, unconsciousness, loads of fucking noise. Get through the noise. What's left? That's true. Understanding what's bullshit and what's true. From your perspective, not anybody else's perspective. Your perspective. What is true for you? What is real for you? Because your mind is having an experience, a very personal experience. No one can tell you exactly how to understand that. That's why I don't really, you walk people to the door, but you've got to walk them through. They've got to walk through it, right? That's the saying goes a little like that, right? I can only show you the door, but you've got to walk through it. I show people the door, but I don't show them what's on the other side. That's for God to do. That's for the divine to do. I don't do God's job. I don't do the divine's job for the divine. The divine is more than capable enough to do the rest of it. I've got a very simple task, simple job in this life to guide people to the door. They walk through it and they see what's on the other side themselves. Call it what you like once you get there. Right? That's it for today's live. I was called to do it. The gods have spoken. Much love.